Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what tools you need for your reselling business, focusing mainly on when you're just starting out in this business. So we're going to talk about physical tools to get your items from the death pile or from wherever to listed, and we're going to talk a little bit about apps and automation. Alright, so to begin with, you'll need inventory. That is the number one tool. You're going to need something to list because that's what's going to sell. So the rule of thumb is, start with stuff from your own home, and I think this is really good advice. Go around your home, pick things up, learn how to do comp searches, look through the solds, look how many are listed and all that kind of thing, and decide if there's anything in your home that you can sell. Because you know what? Very little cash outlay. You're purging your own home and it's fantastic. So your cost is really, really low if it's anything at all, except for your time. So you've decided what you're going to list, and now you need to prep that item. So if it's a hard good, I keep looking around for something to show you that, whatever, but if it's a hard good, you know what, you wipe it down, you make sure it's clean. With clothing, it's a little bit different because you do want it clean, but you also want it wrinkle-free. Nothing is worse than seeing a beautiful top that is all wrinkled or bunched up. That's just not going to sell for the money that it deserves, for one thing, if it sells at all. So you could get a steamer. Maybe you already have a steamer, which is fantastic. That means you're one step ahead. Or, you know what, steamers are quite inexpensive in some places. I know when I first started, I went to Walmart and picked up I think it was like $30 to $35 hand steamer that lasted for 3 years. So it was fantastic. I loved it. I liked the hand steamer itself, but I was getting tired of having to fill it all the time because it was this size of a compartment. But it can be very inexpensive. I went to a floor model, but I also purchased that with, if you've been around Poshmark for a while, they had a Hustle and Heart program, and I did win one of the sections of that, so I used that money to buy a new steamer. But I also have another steamer for personal use that we got at a thrift store. So you check the thrift stores and you might be able to find one. But if you're just starting out and you don't want to bother with that, one of the tricks is to take what items you want to steam and put them into your dryer with a damp cloth for like 5 minutes and get them and hang them up immediately, and that will release a lot of the wrinkles. So you can try that little trick. So that's very cost effective, right? So everything's prepped, ready to go. You need a time and place to take photographs. Should you have lights? Well, you know what? If you have a space in your home that gets fantastic daylight, or you have a place outside that you can do it, then absolutely take advantage of that first and foremost before you go out buying lights that have to be taken apart and put back together and whatever. Make sure you like the business first before you put a lot of money into it. So good daylight will get you through your photographs to begin with. A good clean space to take those photographs. I know that some people frown upon having items put on the floor, but frankly, if that floor is clean, more power to you. Nothing, nice wood background or a tile. Wood is a bit better, but in my opinion, but really make sure that it's clean. In fact, make sure any area that you're taking photographs that's going to show in the photograph is clean. I've seen photos that have been in messy garages, on messy beds with a messy room behind it, in a bathroom on the shower stall, which was clean but was a little strange to me. But so just make sure it's clean. You don't have to have any fancy backdrops or anything like that when you're starting out. You can just take pictures in really good daylight. So remember that. You also need something to take those pictures with. Phones are good. The phones are working. We have been using our phones for the past 5 years. Paul's right now experimenting with a camera that we picked up, but we'll see what happens. Phones are absolutely fine and dandy. You just want to make sure that it's got a lot of light and it's not fuzzy. I do that once in a while. I miss a picture and it's kind of fuzzy. Just want to make sure it's clear and bright and clear. Just clear. Alright, so you're taking pictures, you might want to measure. I do recommend measuring your items, especially with clothing. So a good measuring tape. Where is mine? I had it here because I wanted to show you. This one's actually a Poshmark one. So this one's got inches on it, and it's got centimeters, that's upside down, but it also has a stop, which is nice. I prefer the cloth ones, like these type of ones, as opposed to a measuring stick. Downstairs with some of the hard goods, I do have a measuring tape, like the steel ones. I like that one as well. But this one's a really good one. Dollar store. Not a big deal. Okay, so everything's photographed, ready to go. You're listing, you're putting things up into your drafts, and you're listing them. Do you need a white background? Do you want your cover photo to be that pure white background? You know what? You could do that. I know that I use Photo Room, and they have a free version. I pay for my Photo Room because I like to batch a whole bunch of photos at once. It saves me time. It does cost about, I want to say about $75 US a year. But with that, both Paul and I have it, and we both have it on both of our computers as well. So for me, that sounds like it's a lot better than $80 or $75 US a year. So not bad. But there is a free version that you just put onto your phone and you upload your photos one at a time. It does work wonders. There are probably other programs out there that you can use for that as well. I know that Sidekick does have a background remover in their features. I don't use it just because I use Photo Room, and it's not that, it's just what it is. But they do have that as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about apps and what you need and what you don't need. And if you're first starting out, chances are you don't need a cross-lister because you're only going to be focusing on one platform to begin with. So you don't necessarily need that right away. You probably don't need Poshmark VA or Vendoo or List Perfectly or even Sidekick right away. I don't think if you only have a few listings that you need to have somebody automatically listing them for sharing them for you. However, it depends on your lifestyle. It depends on how much time you actually have to commit to this business. And if you are working full time and you have kids and you have like a lot of things going on, and you can only carve out enough time to photograph and list things, then automation might be for you. I'm not saying it's not for it's not for you. That's something you have to make the decision for. All apps, as you know, I love my Sidekick. They come out with really cool features. They share, they send out offers, you do silent shows with them. They have the background remover. They have some cross-listing, and I think they're merging with a cross-listing. So that's going to be all in one area, which is fantastic. They have other things that they do. They are also coming out with this really cool feature where they take a photo of a top or a bottom, and they will put it on an AI model, so it looks like it's a stock photo. The idea sounds really, really cool. It's like, I want to try it. I want to see what it's going to do. And they have a variation of models. So if you have plus size clothing, it could be a plus size model, etc. Man, woman, whatever. So it's really cool. My only little thing with that is don't rely on just that for your photos. Always take your own photos and include them in your listings, because you want to show the customers the exact item that they're getting. That actually goes for all stock photos. If you do use stock photos, and I have used some, especially with Torrid items, I do use them once in a while. I'm not going to lie, I've changed my mind a bit about them. But always include your own photos as well, because that way the customer can't come back at you and say, well, this item is nothing like the photos you had because you had all stock photos. So just keep that in mind. So those are the few of the actual physical tools that you need to begin. Nothing major, low cost, really easy to get, widely available. With apps, you know what, only you can make that decision. If you have 50 items that you need to share on Poshmark and you just don't have the time, I absolutely will encourage you to use a Sidekick or whatever one you want. I do recommend Sidekick. I do have an affiliate link. I am honest about those things. I don't have a ton of affiliate links. I don't tend to I just don't use them as much. I will recommend Sidekick. You can use my link. I recommend Stallion if you're a cross-border shipper. I have a link for them as well. That's about it for my links. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Anyway, the number one thing that I think everybody needs, the tool that you need, is just knowledge, is just the ability to learn different things, change your business up, try different things, keep your eyes open to what features are coming up, what things have changed, what trends have changed. Because you know what was selling for me 5 years ago and how it was selling, it's totally changed now. And you know what, that's just the way the business is. So knowledge, experience, and that's all you need. No, that's not all you need, but you know what I mean. Anyway, that is it for today. I hope everybody has a fantastic Friday. I'm going to be back tomorrow, and we're going to talk about relisting, the pros and cons of relisting. Okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.